What's happening, people? This, I guess you could consider the second part to the video that I uploaded previously, which was just basically giving my thoughts on this release. But this part, originally I was going to include it in the other video, but I figured the topic was strong enough to hold its own video. So a question that people are asking, and even as I've uploaded the video, I've seen the comments a couple times. And it's basically asking, if we got this variation of Goku specifically based on the manga style art, does this automatically open up the door for other manga characters? And I think it's a fair question. I can understand why people are asking the question. But before we answer that question, I want to get to another question. So something that I put forth before is that Tamashii is releasing figures based on the saga, and right now I said we're rounding out the Frieza era stuff. Let me say Frieza era, and now we're in the Android era. But one could look at these last like 3 reveals and be like, and let's say we could even throw SDCC in there, and they can say, well, would you look at these last 3 reveals? We have, what is that? Kaioken Blue Goku re-release for the V-Jump exclusive, 30th anniversary for V-Jump and 15th anniversary for Figuarts. So that is a special figure that just got revealed. We have GT Goku, which we know is coming out next year. And of course we have this new Ultra Instinct Goku that was just revealed. And like I said, you could throw this SDCC exclusives in there as well. If you look at a lot of those figures, they deviate from my theory, as well as Cyrus's theory, that, they're doing things by saga, or era, rather. And I don't think it really does, because special event exclusive releases, I don't think they hold a lot of merit as to what, for example, is going to come out saga-wise. They might hold merit as to what could be at the next event, but not so much saga-wise, even though they can fit that mold as well too. So let's break it down. Kaioken Blue Goku, we have to remember, was just officially, it was only released one time. And the time that it was released was a New York City or NYCC Comic-Con exclusive, right? So with that being said, now we have it being re-released, and for good reason. It was only released one other time. Now one could look at it as, why release it now? To be honest, I don't have a huge answer for you, but all I can say is that, listen, it's yet another figure that should have been re-released. They're not gonna just, at no given point, even when they're doing stuff from a certain era, do they ever only release stuff from that era. So that's something to keep in mind as well. Now we got the Ultra Instinct. It falls in the same category as the Kaioken Blue Goku. The original Ultra Instinct Goku figure was released only one time. In fact, I mentioned it in a previous video. I was like, I'm surprised that they didn't actually put this on that survey. The one that Super Saiyan God Vegeta won. I'm surprised Ultra Instinct Goku wasn't on there, because he only got his first release and that was it. Never got a re-release after that. But as we can see, this is the reason why it didn't get that re-release. And then we have the Comic-Con exclusives. The Comic-Con exclusives, or the event exclusives, pretty much whatever needs a re-release. For example, something that they haven't released in eons. So that's why we got that Gohan. And also Gohan fits the motif of being in the Android/Cell era. But like I said, it can fit, it cannot fit. Typically, I wouldn't count on event exclusives to fit, but Gohan just so happens to fit. Now, what's the next thing? Now, with that being said, I guess the main point I was trying to get across with the event exclusive thing, or any type of exclusive, with the exception of, I would say, maybe Premium Bandai, is that event exclusive type of stuff, or other exclusives that's not Premium Bandai, I think what they're best to determine is determining what other exclusive figures are going to be in the future. So by the process of elimination, we can probably guess that Kaioken Blue Goku won't be in a survey to be re-released per se, because it was just released, you know, via the Shonen Jump edition version. You get what I'm trying to say. But with that being said, now I guess we can, with that being solved, we can get into the nitty gritty of the other answer. Alright, so does this mean we're going to get more manga figures in it or not? And I have two things to say. Well, first of all, the answer is I doubt it. No. Now the reason for that is I want you guys to consider something real quick. In the past, 2 years, we've gotten 2 or 3 brand new transformations in Dragon Ball, right? Very important. And in terms of, like, actually we've gotten more than 2 or 3, maybe like 4. But in terms of the main characters, we got like 2 or 3, right? Which ones got made? Orange Piccolo and Gohan Beast. Which ones didn't get made? Ultra Ego Vegeta. So my point in saying that is not to say that Ultra Ego Vegeta will never get made, but what did Ultra Ego Vegeta, what is he lacking that the other two have? Some type of moving picture animation, big deal animation, whether it's a movie or the anime. So if and when the anime comes back and they decide to do these 2 manga arcs, then we can say pretty much for sure that we're gonna get versions of characters like Moro, Granola, Gas, the Alex, Black Frieza, you know? But until then, I don't see anything, or if they appear in a movie, like I said. Until then, I don't think we're gonna get any manga characters. And like I said, just consider that, notice that all the manga content that barely has any type of media outside of the manga to represent it. So there is no Black Frieza t-shirts officially made by, you know, Funimation or whatever other anime shirt companies that have the license to make them. And I mean legitimate ones, not stuff that's made by fans. So consider that no other media has touched the manga stuff. And I think principally it's because they want to have an anime backing the hype of these new characters. You know, that when Moro comes out, I'm sure he'll have a whole bunch of fans, right? When Granola comes out, I can't say he'll have as many fans, but he'll have his fan base as well. So these figure companies want to have that anime pushing that, the hype of the anime pushing it. And when the anime comes back, we know it will be hype. So until then, also no manga figures. Now another thing we could tell just by looking at this figure, right? So we can see that based on this figure, or the hairstyle, it's based on the Moro arc Ultra Instinct Goku, right? The one with the scar on his chest, which, let's talk about that. He doesn't have the scar on his chest. Now, if he had the scar on his chest, I'd be like, wait, hold up. Moro might not be too far off if he had the scar on his chest, but he doesn't have the scar on his chest. In fact, look at the background image, right? The background image of Ultra Instinct Goku. Now, at first, I wasn't even sure if it was Toyotaro style, but it probably is. He just decided to draw the muscles more detailed. But if we compare that picture to the version that is based off of in a manga, we can clearly see that they drew a brand new picture there just to represent this Goku. Because if they had given him the one with the scar on his chest, then now we're going to be thinking, all right, well, how, like, this is supposed to be a Goku from that specific moment. And if we have a Goku from that specific moment when he was fighting Moro, then that means we have to get a Moro soon. And we can't use that reasoning because this is clearly more meant to be just something for the people that missed out on the original Ultra Instinct release, I think. But those are the main reasons why I would say that we're probably not going to get any manga figures anytime soon. I'm not saying that it can't happen, but I am saying that it's a bit too soon, you know? And also, going back to the I realized I addressed all the things except for the GT figure with Kid Goku when I was talking about that example. Also, Kid Goku checks off our GT quota, because for this year we didn't, I guess we're skipping out on this year for a GT character. But it's also possible something will be announced later on, maybe at SDCC. Which, stay tuned for that, because I'll be covering all the reveals that we get from there, if we get many at all. And yeah, I just consider GT Goku as fulfilling that quota for a GT character, especially since we missed out on this year. But like I was saying, could be a release for October, because I believe that's the only month without a premium Bandai release. So if it does get released in October and it happens to be premium Bandai, well, that would be the main thing that sucks about it. But until next time, peace out.